We'll go ahead and call the regular meeting of the City Council of the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, to be held on Monday, December the 18th, 2023 at 7 p.m. in the City Council chambers. Our invocation tonight is Pastor Arnold Edmondson from the First Church of God. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and the blessings you've given us, Lord. We thank you for this beautiful community that you have given us, Lord, to live in, to raise our families in. And Lord, just be with us this evening as we make decisions that are best for the future of Poplar Bluff, Lord. Now just be with us in this holiday season, that you'll keep our families safe. And help us as we come into this new year to make it a prosperous 2024. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilwoman Parson?
Here.
Councilwoman Horton?
Here.
Councilman Smith?
Here.
Councilman Massingham?
Here.
Councilman Depew?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Fox? Mayor Cornman?
Here.
We have 6 present.
Item 5, disclosure of interest. Any member of the City Council may disclose any possible conflict of interest dealing with either any item on the printed agenda or with any matter discussed at a previous meeting. Seeing none, item 6, citizens' input. Each person in the audience may take this opportunity to address the council on any matter which is not on the printed agenda. Seeing none, item 7, the consent agenda. The items on the consent agenda are approved by a single action of the City Council. If any council member would like to have an item removed from the consent agenda and considered separately, he or she may request to do so.
Mr. Mayor, I do believe that we all received in our packet all of the items listed in the consent agenda. And with that being said, I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
I have second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8, workshop items for discussion. Item A, the City Council will consider a request from Empire Comfort Systems for a waiver relative to the installation of solar panels at their facility located at 2450 South 11th Street here in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. We have a representative from Empire here tonight. He's going to come up and speak on behalf of Empire. Could you get your name and your address for the record, please?
Yeah, it's Michael Laugus, and I'm at 918 Freeburg Avenue, Belleville, Illinois, 62220.
Thank you.
Just submitted a formal request to the board a few weeks ago to ask for a waiver of the ordinance that would allow us to perform net billing, and I'm here to answer any questions regarding that.
I'll just kind of add, one of the things that, we have discussed is, for his request to, whatever you decide to be looked at as specifically for his project, based on their investments, based on their commitment to the community, based on some other factors, that it not be a blanket change to any ordinance or anything like that. It'd be looked at as specific to their project. And I, working with Steve Halter, kind of worked on a scoring sheet that still kind of tweaking a little bit for you to kind of maybe use as you're working through your decision-making process. So.
Well, does anybody have any questions? All right, is that all you'd like to add? Anything else you'd like to add?
No, not at this time. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
I have talked with Mr. Laugus. Our next normally scheduled meeting would normally be January the 2nd. As of today, there's nothing on that agenda, he's okay, if you do decide to move this to a voting session, that it be, to the 16th. The 16th will be our next council meeting, so.
If there ain't any more questions, I'd make a motion, we move this to the January 16th voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, the City Council will consider applications received for a vacancy on the Park Board. Manager Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I had a member of the Parks and Recreation Board that resigned. 2 applications were received for the vacancy. Well, one of those applicants does reside within city limits, which is a preference. So we're recommending that Mr. Seth Gregg fill that vacancy and be appointed to the Park and Recreation Board.
I'll make a motion to move it to the voting session to be held tonight.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, the City Council will consider a request to grant a license for a taxicab business to Mr. John Kopp, J&S Shuttle. Manager Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So Mr. Kopp is requesting a license to operate a cab company within the city limits. Although Mr. Kopp's business address is in Culen, city ordinance requires anyone operating a cab company within the city limits to obtain a taxi cab license. I believe Mr. Kopp is here. If he'd like to come up and speak, answer any questions you might have. I think there may be some other people in the audience that would like to speak on the matter also after he's done.
How's it going? Okay. Not a good speaker, definitely in public. My name's John Kopp. I'm the owner of J&S Automotive, J&S Show, and also J&S Farms. I do a lot of county stuff with shuttles. Haven't done much city stuff, but there has been some conflicts with me coming into town, so I'm trying to go about it the proper way and just get a license instead of bringing people out of the county into the city. That way there can't be no conflict. And been in this community my whole life. I'm born here, raised between Poplar, Bluff, and Culen. So I'm just asking for permission to have a city license granted to me. That's pretty much all I got.
Tell us a little bit about your vehicles that you have that you'll be using.
Well, I like the town cars, so I have a Mercury Grand Marquis. Also have a Ford Crown Vic. Real nice cars, clean on the inside and out. Just really good cars in my opinion.
How many?
I got 2 of them.
Have you had experience with taxi cab before, or just
Just doing the shuttle.
shuttles?
Yeah.
Like medical shuttles?
Yeah,
Is that
we
what you're doing?
do medical, we do the veterans that go to St. Louis, and just pretty much they need a ride, and they're so far been in the county, we've took care of them.
How long have you been doing the shuttle
The
service?
shuttles, I've been in it about 7 months total.
Basically, you're not gonna have a cab station here, but you're wanting to be able to come into town.
I want to be able to come into town and work in town because there's a lot of people in this town. And I know we currently have 2 cab companies that are listed for Poplar Bluff. I do know that only one of the 2 is running. The other one does not have vehicles to run. And like I said, I'm not trying to come in and shut nobody down. I'm just trying to help the community because I know one car or one taxi company with 3 cars can't take care of, crap, I had to look up earlier, I can't remember what the population is, but thousands of people. I mean, when you got numerous people, they gotta be work at 6 a.m. and there's only 3 cars. Well, if 15 people gotta be at work at 6 a.m., 3 cars can't get 15 people to work at 6 a.m. And that's another reason why I'm requesting to have a city license, because I've had a lot of people that's heard about me had called me and asked me if I would come take them to work, because there's people that's lost their jobs because the one taxi company that is running can't keep up with everybody. and getting rode up, or, you know, there's been a lot of people asking me to help them get to work because they can't make it there on time.
So do you think there's enough here for everybody, for 2, 3 cab companies? Do you think there's enough business here?
I think there is.
So you would, if they called you, you'd be in Keelan?
Well, no, I have a shop here in Poplar Bluff also. J&S Automotive, it's on 53 Highway.
Oh, okay.
It's out by the old Spencer's Ready Mix. I don't know if you're familiar with that area. And so that's where my cars are always parked. Now, my home where I reside is in Keelan.
Any other questions for Mr. Kopp?
Do you have insurance?
Yes. Yep, I submitted all that to whenever I did my application.
So Lori's, you already got that, Lori?
It's in the packet, yeah.
Okay. I didn't see it, sorry.
All right, if there's no other questions, we appreciate it.
All right, thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else in the audience who'd like to speak on this issue?
I'm Robert with Patriot Transportation. Contrary to Mr. Cope said, there is not a lot of business in this town with the economy the way it is. But there's 2 working cab companies in this town, and half the day we sit, there's not enough business for the 2 that are here. Especially with the many gypsy cabs that are out there that the police will not shut down for whatever reason. They're going around picking people up, charging them, got up high numbers, and so I'm here to oppose another cab company. It doesn't matter if it's them or any other. I'm here to oppose another one for the time being. Now, if business picks up, I won't have a problem with another company opening up. My next concern, though, is this company that is trying to ask you guys for a license, they're already running. They're going out, they're taking customers from us. I've had complaints from my customers saying that they've called me and they've showed up. They're following our cabs around, giving their number to they're already gypsy cabbing. So now they're asking you to give them a license to do it the legal way when for 3 months they've been doing it illegally. Why now? That's all.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Hi, my name is William Showers. I'm the general manager of the Patriot Transportation.
Go ahead and give us your address, too.
My address is 142 Windy Ridge Circle, Poplar Bluff. I know I have not been in town long. I've only been here for 7 months. But I am the general manager of this company. These people have already been out running, telling people that they are running with us, using our name, and they do not work for us. Okay, I do the hiring, I do the firing. Matter of fact, we let 2 of them go that's working for this company because of what they were following. By giving calls to these people, they should have been our calls. They've been stealing from the company, so we let them go. Now they're out also slandering us. They are telling everybody that we are sex offenders, which is not true. So I'm kind of opposing to this company too. It's just not. They can prove that they can run legally and without slandering people, then I have no problems with it. But there is not enough customers for everybody. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Name and address for the record, please.
My name's Shauna Allen. I live at 2022 South Missouri Avenue here in Poplar Bluff. I've been working for JJ's for 4.5, almost 5 years now. As far as for insurance, we have to have 50, 100,000. It has to be commercial auto insurance. We had to have a particular year for cars. If it's not an 08 or newer, they won't put it on commercial auto insurance because so many years behind, and they say that they're not worth auto insuring. My thing is, if they want to run, then they can run, but do it the right way and not be following people around and trying to get everybody else's customers' phone numbers to give so you can get the customers. We have regular clientele. We've been here for almost 5 years. We have regular people that call every day. And yes, right now we do have a car in the shop. I'm not gonna lie. We are down at the moment because our car is sitting in the shop and will be fixed tomorrow. And we will be back up and running. But I'm not here for drama. I'm not here to start anything. I'm here because this community needs people who are gonna be for the people and not for themselves. We aren't for ourselves. We're for the people. We're legit trying to get people to and from work, to and from the doctor, to and from the store, wherever they need to go. We're not in this for ourselves. We're in this for the community and to make sure that these people have a way to get around when they don't have a way to get around. And we're based in Poplar Bluff. Our business license is in Poplar Bluff. We already have established that. That's all I'm saying. Is if they're gonna do it right and not run all those months that they've been running and then now try and get it done right. Like you should have done it right the first time instead of waiting till now because you've been noticed and people have been noticing you and have had an issue with it. They can slander me all day long. I'm not for it. I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about my company succeeding and being and not being so much profitable, but being respectable people and succeeding within the company and within this community. That's all I'm worried about, is making sure the community is taken care of.
Okay, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Is there anybody else that wanted to speak on that? If not, I would entertain a motion. Matter dies for lack of a motion. We'll move on to item D. The City Council will consider a request from the Black River Coliseum and the Street Department for the destruction of antiquated records. Manager Winters.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the Street Department and the Black River Coliseum both have some antiquated records they would like approval to destroy. All these records have been retained beyond their legal retention requirements.
Make a motion to move this to tonight's voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, the City Council review a memorandum of understanding between the City of Poplar Bluff and the Chamber of Commerce relative to the Downtown Poplar Bluff, Inc. Executive Director. Manager Winters.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So at our last meeting, this item was tabled. It will need a motion and second to bring back up for discussion.
I'd like to make a motion to untable it and put it back in voting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So kind of as I discussed at the last meeting, during 2023, we had $50,000 in the budget from tourism that went towards paying the downtown director's salary as an employee of the Chamber of Commerce. It's at that time when we approved the MOU, I did discuss, bringing it back before you to approve it. It is, again, in the 2024 budget. So I wanted to bring back this MOU for you to review and approve and discuss. Mr. Halter is here this evening if you had any questions of him also. He didn't know I was going to say that, but he should have been more sneaky when he walked in. So if you have any questions of me, any questions of him, I'd be glad to open it up for discussion amongst your group.
So we would need to pass this on to the next voting session
Yes.
for the MOR.
It's already in the budget.
It's already in the budget, I understand.
It isn't, it is.
But we still need the memorandum of understanding,
Yes.
I assume. I'd make a motion that we pass this to the January 16th voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, the City Council will consider Amendment Number 1 to the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission State Block Grant Agreement for Project Number 19-075A-1 for the Master Plan and Airport Layout Plan Update Project for the Poplar Bluff Regional Business Airport. Manager Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So at our last meeting, I presented you with a contract for Olson, and I made mention that we were working on an amendment to the grant that pays for the master plan and the airport layout plan. Did not expect it this quick, but we got it back from MoDOT, and they did approve increasing the amount of the grant by $36,000. So the new grant amount will be $233,935.84, and our new local match will be $25,992, which is an increase of about $4,000 over the original grant agreement. Mr. Pride is here tonight if you had any questions of him or if you have any questions of me regarding this grant amendment.
I make a motion to move to the voting session to be held January the 16th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item G, the City Council will consider requests for qualifications received for engineering services relative to a FEMA Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities, BRIC, grant program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is relative to the grant. We had the public hearing for tonight. As part of the process, we had to request qualifications from engineering firms. We directly solicited and also advertised for engineering firms. We had 3 firms that submitted qualifications: Horner, Schiffer, and Heartland Engineering and Smith & Company. The submittals were reviewed and rated by James Sisk, Jason Rusler, and myself. The recommendation is for Smith & Company as the engineer for this project.
I make a motion we move this to the voting session to be held tonight.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item H, the City Council will consider requests for proposals received for grant administrative services relative to a FEMA Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities, BRIC, grant program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street. Manager Winters.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So kind of the same project. We had to request proposals for grant administration services. We advertised and also directly solicited grant administrative firms. The only firm to submit was the Ozark Foothills Regional Planning Commission. Their proposal is for $61,000. I did mention in my manager's report to you that this would all be paid by grant funds. That's not correct. It's the same split as what the grant is. So 75% of that would be paid by grant funds and 25% through our local match. And that includes writing the grant and then administering it once it's funded.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9, action required items. AA Bill number 8518. The City Council will take action on an ordinance accepting a bid for the demolition of the old City Hall complex located at 101 Oak Street.
Make a motion for first reading of bill number 8518.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance accepting a bid from Courtney Construction LLC of Mountain Grove, Missouri for the demolition of the old City Hall at 101 Oak Street in Poplar Bluff.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8518.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance accepting a bid from Courtney Construction LLC of Mountain Grove, Missouri for the demolition of the old City Hall at 101 Oak Street in Poplar Bluff.
Make a motion for adoption.
Or go ahead.
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
Do we know a start date on this? Just curious.
Not yet. Once it's approved, we'll get the contract documents ready and get a start date. I know they're wanting to start pretty quick. I'm sure they'll start sometime in January is kind of the hope. I'm ready. We're going to have a party in the library parking lot, so. A watch party.
Yes.
I think we should.
Sit there and watch the first one.
That's right.
Spent a lot of years in that building.
That's okay. I'll provide the cookies.
I had a daughter born.
Hopefully we won't turn Black River red when they turn
Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilwoman Parson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Massingham?
Yes.
Councilman Depew?
Yes.
Mayor Cornman?
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Bill number 8518 has been adopted. BB, Bill number 8519, the City Council will take action on an ordinance authorizing and directing the submission of a ballot proposition to the qualified voters of the City of Poplar Bluff at the general municipal election to be held April 2nd, 2024, to consider imposing a citywide sales tax of 3% on all tangible personal property retail sales of adult-use marijuana sold in the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Make a motion for first reading of bill 8519.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Council?
An ordinance imposing a citywide sales tax of 3% on all tangible property retail sales of adult-use marijuana sold in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and providing for the submission of the proposal to the qualified voters of the City of Poplar Bluff for their approval at the general municipal election called and to be held in the city on April 2nd, 2024.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8519.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Council?
An ordinance imposing a citywide sales tax of 3% on all tangible property retail sales of adult-use marijuana sold in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and for providing for the submission of the proposal to the qualified voters of the City of Poplar Bluff for their approval at the general municipal election called and to be held in the city on April 2nd, 2024.
Clarification, please. I've had folks wanting to know, they think it's on personal property. So we need to clarify that to the public.
The personal property is the asset that they buy.
It's the asset that they purchase, not
Correct.
stuff that they own already
No.
or purchase.
This is a sales tax on whatever crosses the counter when it is sold.
Yes, okay, thank you.
And it's personal property as opposed to real property, obviously. But this is a sales tax on what is sold
What is sold.
at the newly legalized marijuana stores.
I just wanted the public to know that we're not trying to tax personal property.
It is another one of those, the language is required by the state and it's definitely can be confusing sometimes, for sure.
Yes.
Actually, when you go to the grocery store and you buy a gallon of milk, that's personal property. So it's the same thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8519.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Bill number 8519 has been adopted. CC Bill number 8520, the City Council will take action on an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an aviation project consult agreement with Olson, Inc. relative to the airport layout plan, update for the Poplar Bluff Regional Business Airport.
Make a motion for first reading of Bill 8520.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Poplar Bluff to execute an aviation consulting agreement for professional consulting services between the city of Poplar Bluff and Olson, Inc. for services related to an airport layout plan update for the Poplar Bluff Regional Business Airport.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8520.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Poplar Bluff, Missouri to execute an aviation consulting agreement for professional consulting services between the city of Poplar Bluff and Olson, Inc. for services related to an airport layout plan update for the Poplar Bluff Regional Business Airport.
Make a motion for adoption.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Bill number 8520 has been adopted. DD, Bill number 8521, the City Council will take action on an ordinance accepting a bid for the Community Development Block Grant Program Project number 2021-GI-28 relative to the stormwater drainage improvements at Three Rivers College.
Make a motion for first reading of Bill 8521.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance accepting a bid proposal from Roberts Construction, Inc. of Poplar Bluff, Missouri for the Three Rivers Stormwater Improvement Project.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8521.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance accepting a bid from RL Persons Construction, Inc. of Poplar Bluff, Missouri for the Three Rivers Stormwater Improvement Project.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8521.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Bill number 8521 has been adopted. EE Bill number 8522, the City Council will take action on an ordinance approving the fiscal year 2024 budget for the City of Poplar Bluff and municipal utilities.
Make a motion for first reading of Bill 8522.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance of the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, approving the budget for the City of Poplar Bluff and municipal utilities for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2024.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8522.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance of the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, approving the budget for the City of Poplar Bluff and the municipal utilities for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2024.
Motion for adoption of
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
I just wanted to thank the city manager and his staff, department heads. And I know a lot of work goes into this, and the employees for the good work they do all year long. So.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I second that.
Yes.
Anybody else? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have six yes votes.
Bill number 8522 has been adopted. FF, Bill number 8523, the City Council will take action on an ordinance authorizing the destruction of antiquated records for the Street Department and Black River Coliseum.
Motion for first reading of bill number 8523.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance authorizing the destruction of antiquated records by the city of Poplar Bluff Street Department and the Black River Coliseum.
Make a motion for second reading.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance authorizing the destruction of antiquated records by the Poplar Bluff Street Department and the Black River Coliseum.
Make a motion for adoption.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have six yes votes.
Bill number 8523 has been adopted. GG, Bill number 8524, the City Council will take action on an ordinance selecting an engineering firm relative to a FEMA building, resilient infrastructure and communities, a BRIC grant program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street.
Make a motion for first reading.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance selecting S.H. Smith and Company as the engineering consultants for the FEMA Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Grant Program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street and authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for said services.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8524.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance selecting S.H. Smith and Company as the engineering consultants for the FEMA Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Grant Program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street and authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for said services.
Make a motion for adoption.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have six yes votes.
Bill number 8524 has been adopted. HH, Bill number 8525. The City Council will take action on an ordinance selecting a firm for grant administrative services relative to the FEMA Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities, BRIC, grant program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street.
Make a motion for first reading.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance selecting Ozark Foothills Regional Planning Commission for grant administrative services for the FEMA Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Grant Program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street and authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for said services.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8525.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance selecting Ozark Foothills Regional Planning Commission for grant administrative services for the FEMA Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Grant Program for a project consisting of the installation of a new well on Alice Street and authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for said services.
Make a motion for adoption.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Bill number 8525 has been adopted. Item II, Resolution 2025. The City Council will take action on a resolution making an appointment to the Park Board.
Motion for reading of Resolution 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Counselor?
A resolution of the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, making an appointment to the Poplar Bluff Park Board of the City of Poplar Bluff.
Motion for adoption.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, Clerk Phelps.
Councilman Massingham,
Yes.
Councilman Depew,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Cornman.
Yes.
We have 6 yes votes.
Resolution number 2025 has been adopted. Item 10 is our City Manager's Report. Mr. Winters.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The first thing I'd like to do is recognize we have a new patrolman with us tonight. Jacob Withrow is back there in the back. Stand up and give a big wave, Jacob. Jacob comes. He's been with us a couple weeks now. He comes to us via Ripley County, so we're glad to have Jacob and welcome him. I also have another patrolman that starts he's supposed to start the first week of January. We had 2 cadets graduate from the academy this past week that, they've been employees and we've paid for their tuition as they went through the academy. They graduated last Thursday. One of them received the top award for the class, and the other one received an academic award. They both got perfect attendance awards, so we're excited to get those folks on board. And once all those guys get going and gals get going, there's no wood close by for me to knock on, and I scold Chief McLean whenever he says this because it'll bite him. But once all these folks get hired and get in place, the police department will be fully staffed. From talking to other city managers, that's really a unique position to be in right now for a city to have a fully staffed police department with all the issues going around the country, and it's tough to find good officers, and we're fortunate enough to have a fully staffed department right now. So I appreciate Chief McLean and his efforts in that, and I think the cadet program that you approved earlier this last year, it's going to pay off. Like I said, we had the 2 that just finished that are top of the class. Both of them were. We have another one that is going to start the next academy that starts in January. So it's a good program, and I think it's going to pay off for the city to have that pipeline of officers to bring in. So the other thing I wanted to mention tonight is that it was announced today finally by the Delta Regional Authority that the city received a grant for $75,000 for us to develop a comprehensive economic development plan in partnership with the Ozark Foothills Regional Planning Commission. Our comprehensive plan is old. It's 2016 maybe, 17, something like that.
I'm thinking it's older than that.
Yeah, maybe older than that. So it's overdue to be updated. So we look forward to working with the Planning Commission and updating this plan. 2000.
I don't think it happened when I was here.
I added 10 years. Added 10 years to it. It's outdated. It is in dire need to be updated. So I'm looking forward to. This is going to be a group effort. You'll all be involved, and we'll be looking for some community leaders to also be involved on the committee to work towards updating this plan. I'm excited about it. It's even before Mark retired, it was discussions that he and I had trying to find money to pay for it. It's been needed, so I'm excited to get that done. And the last thing, this will be our last meeting of the year. I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's a pleasure to serve in my role this year. You know, we have an outstanding council. We have some amazing ladies and gentlemen that serve our departments as department heads, and some really incredible employees that do a great job of providing services to our citizens here in town, from, you know, law enforcement and fire protection to our street departments and our parks departments and the folks at City Hall. We just have a great bunch of employees and excellent department heads that really do a great job making it all run in the right direction. So I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate them. Thank you.
We appreciate you too, for all you do to lead our city.
Thank you. And yes, half.
I don't know.
You say we're at your house for Christmas dinner? That's what he said.
That's, you know, actually I was on the phone with an employee this morning, and I said, yeah, we're having open presents at about 7:30, and breakfast will be on about 8:30, so I'll make sure there's plenty of coffee, so.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, well, there's no further business to come before the council. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.